So I want to talk about Haken because I just received my tickets to see them here in London at the Assembly Hall in Islington in March. This will be the fourth or fifth time that I'll see them. And I'm a fan of Haken, I have to say, but when I first listened to them, when I first listened to one of their albums, which was the Mountain, that was my introduction to the band. I classify them as a rip-off of Dream Theater for a few years, and probably that's one of the reasons that I didn't really listen to them that much, or I didn't invest that much in the band. And then they released Affinity, and I saw them on tour for the first time a few years ago on that tour, the Affinity tour, and they were great live. They were amazing. And ever since, I've been liking them more and more. I even traveled to Poland, to Warsaw, to see them. And I was surprised that there weren't a lot of people in that concert, probably because Haken is not that famous in that part of Europe, in Central Europe. But I saw them a few times here in London, and they would always fill out the theater or the venue they were playing at. So probably that's because they're more popular here than in other parts of Europe. But they are really popular in South America. In fact, they just finished a couple of shows in South America, and judging by the pictures, it looks that it was a success. It seems that there was a lot of people. It was a full house venue in a few countries that they played at. They played in, sorry. I think the reason for that is because obviously when Haken played with Mike Portnoy, the Shattered Fortress, and they went to Latin America, that's how a lot of people knew about Haken. And also this whole progressive, bands, this whole progressive sphere is getting quite notorious in Latin America. And also fans are really passionate. And I know that myself because obviously I come from Latin America and I know how passionate we are. And also talking to bands, they always say that Latin American fans are the craziest in the world. And that's for sure. When you watch videos, when you watch documentaries, there's so much passion that goes through like Latin American fans' veins that is really unbelievable. But yes, going back to Haken, I'm really excited to see them on this Vector tour in March. I've seen a few videos of them playing the new songs in America, and it sounds freaking amazing. And I'm sure I'll be 100% blown away when they come to London. I really like this new album, Vector. I feel it's very short compared to previous albums, and this is one of the gripes I still have with some of their previous albums, that they're a bit too long, and sometimes I just lose interest halfway through. It happened to me a few times with all their previous albums, even though I think they're still great. But this one is a bit more concise. This one is a bit more straight to the point. There's only 6 songs on the intro. And in theory, on paper, it doesn't really sound much, 6 songs. But considering that, a bit like Dream Theater, they write a lot of long songs, and they also have so many sections within a song that 6 songs is not bad. It's actually a lot of music, and it's very heavy as well. That's something I like. I like the fact that they explore that side of their music. And from what I read in an interview, that the Shattered Fortress tour with Mike Portnoy gave him a lot of confidence to write heavier songs, and as a result, they wrote Vector the way it is. So yes, I think all the comparisons with Dream Theater are going to come to an end, maybe in the future, a few albums down the line, when they have a bigger body of work. They will be able to separate themselves 100% from Dream Theater. Obviously, there'll still be comparisons because they are heavily influenced by DT, but it will get to a point where they will have a very particular sound, and people will be able to recognize the Haken sound from any other band sound. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. Listen to Vector if you haven't. It's a freaking great record, in my opinion. And yes, I'll be making a video when I go to see Haken as well. But obviously I'll record more videos before that. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching as usual, and I'll see you on the next video.